Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. For this video we'll be going through an unboxing of the Evangelion test type Unit 1, and this particular version of the Unit 1 kit will come equipped with the Spear of Cassius. And this particular Eva 1 is from the rebuild of Evangelion, Tetra movies. Yes. And this was released by Kotobukiya back in 2021, I believe. Literally minutes before I started recording this, I did double check HobbyLink Japan, which is where I did pick up my copy of this Unit 1. It does appear the kit will be reissued early next year. So with that being said, I will include a products link to this particular version of Unit 1 with the Spear of Cassius. Although, to be honest, I'm expecting this to be the original 1-400 Unit 1 with a few extra runners for the Spear of Cassius, which I believe... I was going to say came with the Mark 6, but I don't think Kotobukiya did a Mark 6. Anyway, speculation aside. So switching things up a little bit, planning to do some Eva unboxings for the rest of the month, but I will probably sprinkle it in with another popular mecha-based franchise, which I haven't actually dabbled in, but it definitely has its roots for me for getting me into the mecha genre. So I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3 Eva posts, do 2 or 3 of the other, and then just flip between the 2 of them just to keep it a little bit different as opposed to a whole week of Eva. I'm anticipating 2 Kotobukiya kits, 4 real grades, and then I think about 4 or 5 of the other franchise, which I will keep hidden for the time being, before moving into some potentially random bits and bobs. So this is just to help break up a bit of August, which has become predominantly Transformers focused, so I thought I would just go into some other weird mecha lines that wasn't necessarily Gunpla. But I will get back to the Gunpla in good time. Anyway, preamble aside, here we have the front of the box of Unit 1 with the Spear of Cassius, and it's just basically a shot of Unit 1 with the Spear of Cassius. As I mentioned before, I get the feeling it's just a redo of the original 1-400, which was out many decades ago, which is a very solid build. Having done that one, bits of Unit 2, they're good builds. They still suffer some of the Kotobukiya challenges, but that's to be expected. Front of the box, looking very Unit 1-ish. In terms of the bottom of the box, we do have a front and back view of Unit 1. We have a action pose of Unit 1 with the spear and a shot of the spear itself. And lastly, just some of the gimmicks and options, which will be, in terms of the gimmicks, the opening and closing of the entry plug, and Unit 1's jaw can move. In terms of options, a number of hand manipulators and various weapons. The backpack plug as well as a little in mid-deployment of a progressive blade. In terms of the rest of the box, so a bit of a rehash of the front, another rehash of the front, and in terms of the other top, well, the other side / top, usual product information, as well as a shot of Unit 1 with a spear as a unpainted kit, which suggests that it will be fairly color accurate on the way out, with a little bit of detailing to be done. So that's the outside of the box, or more to the point, the top of the box lid. In terms of what's inside, there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-ish. Kotobukiya being Kotobukiya, there are a number of plastic bags with runners in them, with the manual at the very, very bottom. Now, if I remember correctly, Kotobukiya don't like to put actual dates on when these are printed, so can neither confirm or deny how old these runners are, but yeah, we'll see how things go. But yes, if you can see it right there, that is what I'm expecting is the only addition, really, to the original Unit 1 kit. But anyway, let's get open these packets of runners and have a better look at everything. And with everything out of the bags, I keep forgetting how many runners are actually included in this. It is about 2/3 of the alphabet, so we won't dilly-tattle too much. So front of the manual, Kotobukiya tend to go very minimalistic for these 1 to 400 AVA kits, which isn't an issue. A little bit of history and action shots of the kit on the right, and shots of Unit 1 from Rebuild. At the end of the day, it does still look like a very impressive kit. General instructions on how to build, and the parts list. Now, Kotobukiya, unlike Bandai, have kept to Japanese text only. Not that it really detracts, it's still very pictorial, but yes, despite the growth into the Western market, they still prefer to stick with Japanese. There will be some loose parts that I will keep in their little bagged compartments until later down the track. Some of them also do have a little bit of pre-paint on them as well. So that's the parts. In terms of the build, so it's pretty much go through the main torso build, which, to be honest, looks exactly the same as I recall from previous builds, which is fine. It's a very solid and sturdy build, which is always a good thing. So from the main body, moving towards the head, very iconic head, building the 2 shoulder pylons, the various hand options, and then the left and right arms, going through and starting with a single leg, and the other leg. And I will admit, unlike Unit 13, the proportions for Unit 1 and pretty much the original Ava series is really good for these Kotobukiya sets. Granted, that was before Bandai came along with the real grades. Putting the Spear of Cassius together, and it does appear that some extra hand manipulators will be included to support the spear, and then going through the weapons, how to equip them, the umbilical cable, some of the articulation in the head, opening the entry plug. There will be not 1 but 2 points for a action base stand of the Kotobukiya variety to be also plugged in as well. And then using some of the transfers, which I will probably skip, me being me. And then we have the color guide, Spear of Cassius, some of the close-ups and things like that. So that was the manual. Quick look at the transfers that are included. Your usual Ava Unit 1 test for the forearms, the number on the pylons, and things like that. And I believe the rest I think of for the entry plug. Now, for the multitude of runners. So the first few set of runners are in purple, as to be expected. So a runner in purple, bits and pieces everywhere. So you'll have some of the legs, bits of the torso, probably bits of the shoulders, things like that. So that's the A runner. Then we have the B runner, still in purple. C runner is still in purple. Bits of the head is here. And we do also have some pre-paint here with the green being applied. Moving to the D runner, which is pretty much hands, and more hands, all in purple. Now, there will be some color correction needed for the back of the knuckles, but that is to be expected. So moving out of the purple and into the blacks, we have the upside down E runner into that very distinguishable black as black, which is great because black runner on a black cutting board on a black desk is just not asking for trouble whatsoever. Yes, I didn't think that one through, did I? E runner. We have the 1F, which will have your predominantly your forearms. That's still in black. We have two G runners, both in black, but they are functional 100% carbon copy. So those are the G. Once again, black on black on black was not the best choice I've made today. Now from H onwards we do start getting into some various colors. So H is going into that very nice green that Unit 1 typically sports. Moving into I, which is probably a bit of a... Compared to the others, it's definitely not black, so I dare say a dark grey border graphite type colour. So that was I. J goes back into the green. K is in some light grey, predominantly for your weapon accessories, progressive blade, the actual plug for the umbilical cable, and I believe bits of the actual entry plug. Well, the housing of the entry plug anyway. That's K. We have L in some type of orange. Interestingly enough, 1 and 4 are noticeably absent. You can tell something was there, but it's been very cleanly cut off from the runner. So it does make me wonder what was originally there and what it's been subsequently replaced with. It's a shame I have already built Unit 1. In fact, I wonder if I have another copy of Unit 1. Time will tell, but that's L. I'll keep that in mind. Moving on to M, which is still in that orangey colour. A lot of this will be for the feet, and there's a little bit that should be for the shoulders. N, and a bit of a... If I do it the right way up, a bit of a grey. O, which is white for the actual entry plug itself. P, which maybe I'll do the other one. So I suspect P is actually brand new, and based on the look, most likely for the holding of the Spear of Cassius. So that's gone back to purple for the hands. We have the Q runner, which is in a I'll say maroon, and this is pretty much exclusive to the Spear of Cassius. So that was Q. We do have a black polycap runner. Once again, black, black, black. One included black PVC wire for the entry plug. Hopefully I don't lose this because that's a good chunk of wire. And in terms of the loose bits that were in bags, so we have, I believe, so that one is part of the lower jaw / chin with a bit of green on it, and the other one will be for Unit 1's eyes, and then the last bag of pre-colored parts. So we have some green with some black on it, and some orange with some black on it, which I suspect may very well be those missing piece 1 and 4 from the L runner, I believe it was. But it actually does have some pre-painted black on them. So there you go. So that brings us to an end of the unboxing of the Ava Unit 1 test type with the Spear of Cassius. Good thing about the Kotobukiya kits is there's no shortage of runners. They are of various sizes, so I think the first few runners were of a decent size and then they started shrinking down, which is to be expected. But Kotobukiya, with the exception of Unit 13, at least in my opinion, did make very solid 1:400 scale Ava kits, and I do feel prior to Bandai releasing the real grade kits were definitely, for me, probably the high point of the Ava kit, especially after the Ava kits that Bandai released in conjunction with the... was it the third movie? Yeah, the one that had the Unit 2 and the Unit 8, which definitely did some weird and wonderful with the proportions and everything, but they've gotten better since, so I can't complain. Definitely can't complain. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I will have a product link to Unit 1 over at Hobby Link Japan, with that particular product definitely on pre-order, and it looks like it will be reissued early next year. Thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. All of this does help support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account, link below. Stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in the next video, which will still be an Ava video. See ya.